Hey everyone, playing some Dawn of War 3v3. This is a replay I did a couple days ago. I think this was the only lobby. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the only lobby today. So I think this was around like 6 o'clock or so. The game was not active at all, but I managed to fit in a match. And this is a pretty good match. I think everybody in this match was pretty skilled. No no weak players here. I'm playing on the desert map, and I think this is actually the first time I recorded on this map. It's a pretty rare map to pick. It's not a popular one, but in my opinion, I have played this map before, and it's actually not bad. I don't know why it's not popular. Couldn't tell you, but this is actually like not a bad map at all. I think this is a pretty fair map. I think for most factions, this is a pretty fair map. Maybe Imperial Guard is weaker on this map. I don't think this is a good Imperial Guard map, but I think everybody else should be fine. This should be an okay map. Anyways, so as you can see from the loading screen, these guys picked the races. This is a Necron main. This is a Space Marine main. This was the host. This is an Eldar main. And because I haven't practiced and I didn't really care, I picked random. When I don't care, I just pick random. So I ended up getting Tau. Now I'm not a Tau main by any means, but I have seen a lot of Tau gameplay, like in tournaments. So I've seen a lot of tournament Tau players, and they all do pretty much the same thing on every map. So yeah, you'll be seeing some Tau gameplay from me. I spawned in next to Space Marines, so it's gonna be Tau versus Space Marines, and Eldar tries to fight me too. So it's Tau versus Eldar in Space Marine. Necrons and Eldar have a 1v1, which is pretty cool because these guys fought each other for millions of years back then. So this is a pretty cool fight. I actually really like this one. And Dark Eldar, this guy has a very unique playstyle. I play a lot of Dark Eldar, but this guy plays Dark Eldar very uniquely. I don't think I would ever play it like this. So we got this cool map. I actually really like this map. Gameplay is pretty good. And I think resource sharing is on, which you don't see too often. Now, when I started playing this game, I was very against resource sharing. I was very against it. And as time goes by, and I got better and better at math, honestly, resource sharing, not a huge deal. Basically, what it does is, let's say you're tier 3, and you have a tier 3 army, and the guy next to you is a new player. Well, that guy next to you who's a new player will also receive some of your money. That way, he doesn't fall behind. So basically, what resource sharing actually does is it makes it so the new player doesn't fall behind. So the more I play with resource sharing, it doesn't really bother me that much. And it does make harassment weird. You try to harass, like, say I try to harass this guy's base and take this building out, and he loses money. Well, with resource sharing, if you take out this building and they lose this resource, it's like I think it's like -3. So if you upgrade this building all the way, it's usually +12. But with resource sharing on, it's like I don't know, like +5. So instead of +12, it's like +5. Anyways, it makes harassment very weird and kind of clunky, but whatever. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. I'm gonna start it. All of these were really interesting. Dark Eldar versus Eldar, Eldar versus Necron. I think they were all really, really interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. And yeah, hopefully you like this one. I like this map. I would say I like half the maps in the game. The other maps are kind of garbage. But I do consider this a good map. So you got these corners. These corners are where the players spawn. And you also have these resources in the middle. So what you could do is rush the opponent's base. It only takes like a minute to get from here to here, right? So you can totally rush your opponent's base. Or you could have a fight over here and get a lot of resources. So it's not an easy map, I would say. I would say you definitely need a turret like right here, because defending this area is super important. So if you have any kind of turret, I would definitely turret up over here. And then if you lose this fight over here, it's not a big deal. I would just turret over here. But with Tau, I don't have turrets, right? So Fire Warriors are my turret, basically. And I decided to just keep my Fire Warriors there for a while, so nothing really happens. Got the jetpack upgrade. I wasn't sure what my build order was going to be, so I was just figuring that out.
The target is ours.
Eldar ends up getting the speed boost and detection. So Eldar just absolutely just takes over the whole map. There's no real way to deal with that. There's no real way to counter that. Usually in a game like this, you can counter everything, but you can't really counter the Eldar speed boost.
Mission accomplished.
And then you got the Bone Singer teleporting all over the map, which is another thing you can't really counter. So yeah, here I am harassing, but with resource sharing on. I don't even know if harassing is even worth it. I don't know. It's strange. You see my generator, my power go up. My power went up, and I haven't built a generator yet. You see my power increase, and I haven't done anything yet. So resource sharing is on. Here I didn't know this guy's skill level. He was acting like super laid back in chat, so I had no idea if this was actually a good player or not. Usually the laid back players are weaker, but this guy actually played really well. He actually does a Space Marine opening, which is weird. Most people do a commander opening, but the Space Marine opening worked out. This Eldar Necron fight is actually really cool. I actually really like this one. Pretty early Necron Lord, and this is pretty early upgrade. Looks like they got the upgrade early. If you're fighting Eldar, you definitely want Wraiths. Even the level 1 Wraiths are not bad. So I think the play there, instead of getting this Necron upgrade, get the Wraiths instead. Brute versus Space Marine. I actually don't have enough money to really do a whole lot, so I think Space Marines have the lead right now. Here I'm trying to. I don't want these guys capturing this part of the land, because that will give them an advantage. Even with resource sharing on, if they have the map, you still lose, right? So you don't want them to have the map. So I'm trying to deny map presence over here. And again, this is a really unique Dark Eldar playstyle. You don't see this too often. Now I got the Vespids. I pretty much made the Vespids for detection and Not really for harassment, but I just made the Vespids for, you know, just another commander on the field. I know it's a harassment unit, but I'm just using it as just a fighter. And that's pretty much it. This is a pretty big map, so it's getting harder and harder to micro. I think everybody's micro started out good, and then as time went on, their micro got worse and worse and worse. This Necron player is doing really well. He's over here with the Flayed Ones. Flayed Ones at 5 minutes are insane. Flayed Ones are super, super strong at 5 minutes. There's not many factions that have a counter to Flayed Ones. So this is a really, really strong opening. And then you're dealing with this. Again, you just need a Wraith. That's it. I think Wraiths are probably better than the Necron Lord. Instead of the Necron Lord, get a Wraith. But in order to make Wraiths, you do need Obelisk. So you do need, you need like 2 or 3 Obelisks to make a Wraith. I think that's the only downside of them. Now my team, I had no idea who these guys were. I played a Trident before, but I had no idea who these people were. These guys here, I think, were friends, or they knew what was up. I think they were chatting before I joined. So I think these people here had some kind of plan. But you can see here, they're not really chatting. So, I don't know. I can't tell if these people know each other or not. Here he builds a turret. This turret absolutely destroys me. So that's my bad. I didn't expect a turret over here. I destroyed the turret over here. There's a second turret. I got rid of that. So that's 2 turrets. But this one over here absolutely wrecked me. This one here paid off. So I'm fighting over here, trying to harass over here. If you play Tau at all, that's basically what you do. That's what you do on pretty much every map. Dark Elder harass. Big Necron push. This is really cool, actually. I actually really dig this. And then there's this Eldar harass. I think Eldar has an advantage. Yeah, you have to go back. Eldar has an advantage here. Yeah, these generators are like, instead of +10 for each generator, it's like +6, which is kind of weird. You spend all that time building generators, and each one's like +6 or +5. Here I'm actually getting pushed back by Space Marines. Even with all this damage, I cannot kill these Space Marines. They're just too tanky. Even with all these, you know, I got all these this damage going on, and they're just way too tanky. Flamethrowers is an interesting choice. I'm not sure. Maybe against Kroot. It's an anti-Kroot thing. Bunch of Eldar Necron shenanigans. Tier 1 Necrons. If you go up a tier, I think all your units get a health boost. So you definitely want to go up, and you definitely want to go up. Get that health boost. Eldar getting pushed back by Dark Eldar. Dark Eldar is really hard to fight. So yeah, Dark Eldar is super, super hard to fight. I struggle against them. I don't think Dark Eldar is that good, but they're super hard to fight. Yeah, without Immortals, or maybe even you could have an upgraded turret. Solar Pulse does nothing there. Yeah, I think Necron Lord was probably a waste. But I still like this micro. Played ones over here. You know, I think all his Scarabs died. No, he's got Scarabs over here. Yeah, I think the Necron Lord was not a great idea. You could have gone upgraded warriors. Upgraded warriors was fine. I think upgraded warriors was totally fine, but Necron Lord was just a waste. But Necrons are pretty hard to figure out. They're definitely the strangest faction in the game. I don't think anyone has them figured out 100%. They're just super strange. He had enough power for a Necron Lord, the upgrade, the archive. He had a crap ton of power basically. So he could have easily gone tier 2. And the Necron tier 2 takes like 30 seconds, which is way shorter than any other tier 2. Building this tier 2 building takes forever. And Necrons can go tier 2 pretty fast. Here's some Tau harassment. Again, each of these are worth like 5 points instead of the normal points. So I'm not even sure if this harassment's even worth it. I like this turret. I'm not sure why he upgraded it though. Was he expecting vehicles? Tau, as far as I know, Tau doesn't really make vehicles. I've seen a lot of Tau players. They don't really go for, you know, vehicles and stuff. And then there's this big push. I just hit tier 2. I just spent all my money on this tier 2 building, so I am way behind. Big tier 1 push, and Space Marine tier 1 is not bad at all. So you'll see here, you see here, I'm really struggling. And these fire dragons are like invincible. I'm shooting at these fire dragons and they're just not going down. So there's not a whole lot I can do. Necron's lost. I'll just point that out right now. Necron's lost. They lasted 10 minutes against a very good Eldar player. It seems like every Eldar player online is really good. I've yet to meet a bad Eldar player. Which is weird, because Eldar is like super hard to figure out. It's not an easy faction at all. Yeah, I was expecting dreadnoughts or something, so I made a anti-vehicle guy. Now I'm floating, but all my builders are dead. So there's not a whole lot I can do. If these Space Marines had rocket launchers, I'd be totally screwed. All I needed was 1 or 2 rocket launchers, and I'd be totally screwed. I did manage to get 1 vehicle out before it got my vehicle factory got destroyed. So I'm over here doing some harassment. This Eldar player is just absolutely nuts. Definitely one of the better players out there online. I think this Eldar player went random too. I think. So I don't even think he's an Eldar main. He's just that good. And I cannot play. I'll tell you now, I cannot play Eldar at this level. There's just no way. Space Marine is out of the game. Now it's just Eldar. And these fire dragons only do damage to buildings, and that's it. You can see my units taking no damage. These guys are anti-building, and that's the only thing they can destroy. So once these guys show up, who are not buildings, it's over. I do like this emergency. I do like this teleport a lot. I think this teleport was nice. That was a really good teleport. So yeah, no weak players. Everyone did really well. This Dark Eldar player played in a really weird way. that is really hard to counter. It's hard to counter someone who plays weirdly. It's like fighting a new player and they do this super weird build order and you've never seen that build order before and you have no idea how to counter it. I lost to a couple new players because they did that. I went up against a new player, they did this super weird build order. Anyways, that's it. So for some reason, Eldar has like the whole map. You can see here Eldar has the entire map. Dark Eldar's tier 3, just absolutely dominated. I don't think Dark Eldar lost any units, just completely dominated. And there was a lot of mistakes. I think these Guardians over here didn't get any kills. So these Guardians here just absolutely did not pay off at all. But anyways, so you see Eldar here has complete map control. And you'll see I have nothing. I have no buildings. And you see my economy, right? This is my economy of no buildings, which is pretty nuts. I have zero. I pretty much have 0 buildings, and I have this much economy. So shared resources is pretty nuts. Yeah. Anyways, I'll show you the end screen. I wouldn't say it was one-sided, but that Eldar player, well, the Eldar player dominated, and the Dark Eldar player dominated, and I got a few kills here and there. Anyways, yeah, I think this Dark Eldar player just absolutely dominated, and which is weird because Dark Eldar versus Eldar is super hard. It's actually like really hard. Anyways, you see that I have the most resources, which is really weird because I didn't have any of the economy upgrades or really anything. I had like 2 buildings the whole game, so I have no idea how I got the highest economy. And also these numbers are different, which is weird because it's shared resources, right? All these numbers should be the same. All these numbers should be exactly the same. So I have no idea how shared resources work. I couldn't tell you. All these numbers should be the exact same number. Anyways, Dark Eldar top scored. I think Dark Eldar was in 2 fights. Eldar was in every fight. So I thought for sure Eldar would top score. Space Marine's got the most kills. I don't even know how. Let's see. It says here I lost 74 units. So I guess Space Marine just walked up and killed all my units. Yeah. I got 52 kills. I think Space Marines only fought me and no one else. So I must have killed 52 Space Marines and lost 74. I don't even remember making 74 units. I have no idea what these 74 units are. Fire Warriors, Kroot, I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what these units were. Dark Eldar had like 0 deaths. 15 deaths is like nothing. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess Necrons had less resources than I thought. 4,000 power is like nothing. For Necrons, 4,000 is like garbage. So I guess Necrons had less resources than I thought. Yeah, that's the end screen. You can look at that and decide, you know, you can see the results. Anyways, I guess that's it. Hopefully you liked it. And bye. See you in the next one.